been getting questions about when are we going to see something from Sunstorm again, and maybe Hugh Turner project.
Well, all right. First question first. As a matter of fact, I just got an offer for another Sunstorm, which is going to be, I know, amazing because I've been talking to Jim Peterick, you know, and all the other writers, and these songs are so amazing. So I'm proud to be a part of that project. As far as Glenn, we broke up HTP simply because Glenn wanted to do a solo career.
Okay.
Which I'm so happy that he's concentrating on that, and he's doing so well. You know, Glenn will always be a mentor and a brother to me. You know, I'm very lucky. I grew up listening to these guys, whether it was Blackmore or Hughes, Gillen, all these guys, Dio, who we truly miss. We'll talk about that later. And I became friends with them, and compadres, you know, and I'll never say equals because they're always before me.
Okay.
You know, I mean, yes, sometimes the student becomes the master, and maybe that's the case here in many ways because I can still sing probably better than my elders, you know. But
yeah.
I don't look at that as
that's because you take better care of yourself.
I think so. I think so, and maybe the gift is staying with me longer.
Okay.
Because
so
I think
kind of grateful for that.
I think there's a spirituality in music, and if you don't understand the spirituality in music, then it's not music.
Yeah.
Then it's technique.
Yes.
Anyone can play a technique, sing a technique, but can you feel it? And when you connect with people, if you're not feeling it, they're not getting it. And you're really not going to be anybody special at all. You'll just hit the notes, you'll play the notes, but you won't feel the notes. And that takes bearing your soul. And sometimes that's very intimidating, so we take a drink or we take a smoke or, you know, or we do some crazy things to cover that.
And about your large spectrum of works in different areas.
Yeah.
How was that stuff with Michael Bolton and doing TV commercials?
Great.
How did that come out of the blue for you?
Michael's been an old friend of mine for years. I grew up singing R&B.
Okay.
I was in soul bands. You know, I was like the only white guy, you know, singing a soul band.
So Rainbow was the turnover to rock and roll?
Not really, because what happened was I grew up in rhythm and blues, gospel, and then I loved Elvis Presley, and then the Beatles came out, and I started playing guitar and singing and all this, and then like the Eagles came out, and country rock was big, so I tried that. And jazz, I love jazz. I love to play jazz, love to sing jazz, all kinds of modern stuff.
That's a good question. You worked with like so many different people, and did you intend to do that from the start, or is that just how things turn out? Like you've been in AC/DC tribute albums, in Mr. Big, and
Van Halen.
Actually, in one of the versions of Mr. Big songs, Daddy Brother Little Boy, there's a section of Highway Star.
Yeah.
Is that you? Is that because of you?
No, actually the guys had it, Pat and Billy and everybody had it before I got there.
Oh, okay.
You know,
but
and
they
I was
were
like,
thinking about you.
because when they wrote it, they thought Highway Star. Right? That's all. That was like their Highway Star.
Okay.
And of course, Eric is a good friend of mine. So this was a period where I used to warm up to Daddy Brother Love a Little Boy backstage for Rainbow. That was one of the tapes, and I would warm up to that song.
So you became friends with all of these guys?
A lot of them, yeah, and a lot of them you become not friends with because you realize they're not the same kind of people as you.
Oh, okay.
And you know, what is life? It's too short to be controlled or hang out with anyone that does not have your same spirit.
But did you have any problems with that kind of thing? Like,
sure. Some.
Can you name one?
Well, you know, you become hated as much as you become loved. I think I read once that any great man is not going to be loved by everyone.
Yes.
You know, and when you step out on your own and you try to achieve greatness, people are going to love you and people are going to hate you. I always love the people that don't like my voice. I always love them because they say, it's your opinion.
You got to have them too.
And, you know, I really like Joe Lynn Turner, but, you know, look, cocktail, but fine, you know, whatever you like, you know, it's your opinion. But that's what makes the world, all the colors and all. So I didn't intend to consciously go, I'm going to sing R&B, I'm going to sing rock, I'm going to sing gospel, I'm going to sing jazz. It's just in me.
Okay.
I urge all students, my daughter, listen to everything. She's got Beethoven next to Hendrix.
Do you try to push her to like towards rock, or
not at all.
Just let her?
Not at all. So when she was growing up, she was into emo.
Okay.
which I couldn't stand.
Emo is huge here right now.
Oh God! All right, fine.
Unfortunately.
You know that voice is always, it grinds on me. That kind of voice. But I understood it, and she made CDs, so I would listen. And then I started to say,
try to get into it.
try to get into it. Good Charlotte, all this other bands that were coming out back then. You
But
know.
do you think there are any good bands, like
Great
the
bands.
recent bands
Sure.
in that area of,
Sure.
like, other than Good Charlotte?
No, yeah. I mean, if you look at the bands that have come out now, whether it's Coldplay, and I mean, to me, you know, that's still on that side.
Because they do that sad stuff.
Yeah, it's all that cry,
Yeah.
you know, and that Nova Brado, you know, thing like that. Look, I tip my hat to anybody that tries to sing, tries to play, tries to write a song, because it's all in the effort. It's not in the destination. It's in the journey. You know what I mean? So I said, be who you are. Find out who you are, because that's what makes an identifiable personality and artist.
So in your case, all those different jobs that came up for you, did you go and do them for personal reasons, like you were fans with the guys in the bands, or were those just jobs?
Well, sometimes they start off as projects, but you find out there's a love there. Brazen Abbott, what amazing guitarist and conductor and composer, musician Niccolo Concept is, and he's very underrated as far as I'm concerned. He's brilliant. I mean, he's got an album, he's got everything.
Yeah.
You know, he's amazing. He records everything. He's actually a conductor now. So I mean, guys like this, I look at and I go, you're so superlative. You know, you're so amazing. How come the world doesn't know you? And then I realized that some people get passed by a little bit. But no, I mean, like take example. You said Bolton in the Jingles. Michael Bolton came up to me and said, and this is when he was starting his career, and I sang on 2 of his records and backgrounds. And Bonnie Tyler, I sang a lot of backgrounds. You know, I was the big background singer. And it's easy to be in the background because you don't have to take that front spot, you know, so you can really kind of have a good time. And then he was saying, look, man, there's a lot of money to be made in jingles, in commercials. I think I did a Hollywood Cigarettes here in Brazil once. And I said, well, money's good. An artist has to have money. Because always this starving artist stuff is for the birds, you know. I don't believe in that. I think you should get paid for your art. And to me, singing a jingle is just as important as singing your own song. Although it's easier
because you're getting paid for your music.
Plus, I imitated voices. I like to imitate voices.
Okay, that's all the time we have.
I know.
And thanks again. It's been an honor for me and a lecture.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Muito obrigado.